Now, the mediation and arbitration body, the CCMA, is gearing up for the implementation of the national minimum wage on the 1st of May. It convened a two-day conference in Johannesburg as part of those preparations.
The CCMA getting ready for the implementation of the national minimum wage in just over a month's time. This as legislation on making the national minimum wage into law is currently being pushed through Parliament.
Today is the last day of the submissions to Parliament on the changes that may be effected to the National Minimum Wage and the Basic Conditions of Employment Act. Now, having had this conference gives us we've already started drafting some of the provisions that we think should be reviewed for the purpose of accommodating some of the aspects that may have been overlooked during the drafting process. For example, what processes must be followed when a worker refers a case to the CCMA? And how do we ensure that when somebody refers a case to the CCMA, there's no delay in the enforcement of the outcomes from the arbitration awards?
The national minimum wage will set salaries of all workers in the country, excluding farm workers and domestic workers, at a minimum of 3,200 rand a month.
Because the new jurisdiction that the CCMA gets, it's mainly about pay disputes. And it should not be a complicated process, it must be expedited. So how do we ensure that the enforcement mechanisms that you have are not protracted, so that you don't frustrate the whole idea of an expeditious resolution of a dispute? So we've looked at that as well.
Farm workers and domestic workers are excluded from the national minimum wage because their wages are stipulated separately through periodic sectoral determinations by the Department of Labour. Mbongeni Muchwa, SABC News, Johannesburg.